The first thing I felt was not anger. It was fear. A cold, animal fear that wrapped around my spine when I saw the way my wife looked at him. Not the normal politeness reserved for waiters. Not the casual smile meant to be harmless. No, this was something softer, warmer, familiar. The kind of look you give someone when your guard is down. I should have said something then. But I didn't. I stayed quiet. Smiled. I sipped my water while my heart began to crack without making a sound. That night, I decided to wait for her at home. And what I learned there changed everything. We were at a small Italian restaurant, the kind with dim lights, soft music, and candles that made everything look romantic or fake. It was our anniversary. 10 years. Her name is Nadia. Mine is Omar. We sat across from each other, hands resting on the table. But I noticed something was off almost immediately. She kept fixing her hair, kept checking the reflection of her phone screen, kept shifting in her seat like she wasn't comfortable being there with me. Then the waiter came. Young. Maybe early 20s. Clean smile. Confident walk. He asked for our order and suddenly Nadia changed. Her voice softened. Her laugh came easy. She tilted her head slightly and touched her necklace as she spoke. You have really beautiful eyes, she said, almost as a joke. He laughed. Thank you. I hear that sometimes. I felt something stiffen inside my chest. He stayed too long at our table. Not enough to be rude, just enough to be noticed. A joke. He leaned a little closer. She didn't move away. I tried to convince myself I was overreacting. But I wasn't. I saw the way she followed him with her eyes when he walked away. I saw her phone light up 10 minutes later with a message. Unknown contact. Table 7 looks bored without me. I saw her smile. I said nothing. On the drive home the car was silent. Did you enjoy dinner? She asked. Yeah, I lied. When we reached home she went straight to the bedroom. I'm tired, she said. Going to sleep. He nodded. Then I quietly picked up my keys, walked back out to the car and drove around the block. Parked 2 houses down. And I waited. My chest felt hollow. My hands trembled on the steering wheel. Then, 15 minutes later, her bedroom light turned on. Then the front door opened. And she walked out. She didn't even look back. Followed her. She wasn't going to a friend's house. She wasn't going for a walk. She was walking toward the street corner. And then I saw him. The waiter. Standing under the streetlight. Hands in pockets. Waiting. She walked straight into his arms. They didn't talk first. They didn't hesitate. She hugged him like someone she belonged to. I felt like I stopped existing in that moment. They walked down the street together. Laughing. Close. Too close. I trailed them from a distance like a ghost watching his own funeral. They reached a small motel 5 blocks away. He opened the door. She went in. I sat in my car all night. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stopped being the person I was before. She came home around 5:12 a.m. I was waiting in the dark living room. She froze when she saw me. You didn't sleep? She asked quietly. I turned on the lamp. I watched you, I said. Her face went pale. I followed you, I continued. I saw you meet him. I saw you go into that room. Silence dropped between us like shattered glass. She slowly sank onto the couch. It isn't like that, she whispered. I laughed. I didn't mean to. Came out broken. Then tell me what it was like, I said. Because from where I stood, it looked a lot like betrayal. Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't plan for it to become this, she said. I swear. That makes it worse, I replied. She looked up at me desperately. You don't understand how lonely I've been. That word hit me hard. Lonely. I had worked late nights, double shifts, thought I was providing, protecting, building. And all she saw was empty evenings. I didn't touch him, she said quickly. Not like that. We just talked. I needed someone to notice me. I studied her face. She was lying. Not with words but with her eyes. They couldn't meet mine. I sat in that car all night, I said quietly. Outside that motel. Do you think I'm stupid? Her shoulders collapsed. I didn't mean to hurt you, she whispered. That was the moment I felt my love for her crack in half. Not explode. Crack. A quiet, painful fracture that can never be sealed properly again. For weeks after, we lived like strangers. Same house. Different worlds. I stopped asking where she was going. She stopped pretending to care if I noticed. Every laugh she gave felt fake. Every touch felt borrowed. One night, I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at a photo from our wedding. She was glowing, holding my hands, looking at me like I was the only person in the world. I realized something terrifying. I was grieving someone who was still alive. The final blow didn't come loudly. Came softly. A message lit up her phone while she was in the shower. I wasn't planning to check it, but it vibrated again, and again, and again. Picked it up. Unknown contact. I miss you. Tonight. I didn't throw the phone. I didn't yell. I just felt tired. A deep, bone-level tired. When she came out wrapped in a towel, I was sitting on the bed. You can stop hiding now, I said. She looked at the phone in my hand. Her lips parted, but no words came. I waited for you once, I said. Outside the house. Outside a life that used to be mine. She started to cry. I'm sorry, she whispered. I nodded slowly. I know, I said. I stood up, picked up my jacket, and walked toward the door. Where are you going? She asked, panic rising in her voice. Pause. Not because I didn't know, but because part of me still wanted to stay. Somewhere I'm not an option, I said. And I left. Years later, sometimes I still pass that restaurant. Sometimes I think about the way her smile changed that night. Sometimes I wonder if I could have said something sooner. But then I remind myself of something I learned the hard way. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Because the worst kind of heartbreak isn't loud. It's quiet. It waits in dimly lit restaurants. In familiar laughter. In the arms of someone you thought would never let you go.